A section of the U.S. Constitution designed to keep former Confederates from returning to government after the Civil War could end up keeping former President Donald Trump off Colorado's primary ballot.
The Colorado Supreme Court today declaring the former president ineligible for the White House under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. The details in our top story tonight at 10 o'clock.
Lawsuits have been filed now in several states, including Colorado, citing the U.S. Constitution's insurrection clause as the basis of Trump's ineligibility. It forbids those who engaged in insurrection from holding office. Today's 4-3 decision to stay a lower court's ruling that Trump could not be barred from the ballot because it was unclear that the provision was intended to cover the presidency is the first time in history that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment has been used to disqualify a presidential candidate. Colorado Supreme Court has stayed its decision until January 4th or until the U.S. Supreme Court rules on that case. Officials do say the issue must be settled by January 5th. That is the deadline for Colorado to begin printing its presidential primary ballots. If not, Trump's name will appear.
Trump campaigned in Iowa tonight, the fourth time in less than a month that he's been in the state. Speaking in Waterloo, the former president did not address the issue with voters or media members who were attending that rally at the convention center. But a spokesperson for the campaign had this to say in a statement earlier today. The campaign spokesperson saying, quote, the Colorado Supreme Court issued a completely flawed decision tonight, and we will swiftly file an appeal to the United States Supreme Court and a concurrent request for a stay of this deeply undemocratic decision. We have full confidence that the U.S. Supreme Court will quickly rule in our favor and finally put an end to these un-American lawsuits, end of quote. Now, two of Trump's GOP presidential challengers have already spoken out about today's ruling.
And I think that this is a flagrant violation of the rule of law. I don't think that draining from the people of this country the ability to stand for the democratic will of the people, that's not America.
We don't need to have judges making these decisions. We need voters to make these decisions. So I want to see this in the hands of the voters. We're going to win this the right way. We're going to do what we need to do. But the last thing we want is judges telling us who can and can't be on the ballot.
Vivek Ramaswamy has also pledged to withdraw from the primary ballot in Colorado following this ruling. He also demands former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie to do the same.